Hello, Railbirds. Welcome to the 2024 SYKRS WPA World Artistic Pool Championships. We have a barn burner of a match today. We have Florian Kohler versus Chi-Ming in our semifinals today. This is actually the last three world champions. Florian won it last year, and then Chi-Ming won it the previous 2 years. We're being joined in the booth right now by Steve Blue Shark Markle, who's got here in the semis last year.
Good evening.
How are you?
Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you might be tuning in from.
Let's take a look at our players for today. Actually, we're going through some of the sponsors that makes this happen. Without the sponsors, we don't have these events. So, big thank you to them. Especially Simona's Cloth, which provides the cloth to put on the tables after we destroy them.
As Brian Superman Poley had mentioned here, we have a great matchup between two-time world champion Master Lin and last year's first-time world champion Florian Venom Kohler here. So I anticipate this being a good one, and I think between both of these two players, we're going to see a lot of makes, which is very important. As Brian knows, in the playoffs, you have to make your shots to be able to give yourself the best chance to advance here. Can't miss your own shots.
Well, here's your buddy. Why don't you introduce Florian for us?
Yes, we have Florian Venom Kohler. He has a current world rank of 10th. He is from Las Vegas, resides in Las Vegas, Nevada. Originally from France, accomplishments, he's a 2023 WPA World Artistic Pool Champion, as we noted. He's an ESPN Trick Shot Magic Champion, a two-time World Cup of Trick Shots Champion, and he's a 12-time Guinness World Record holder. That's impressive there. And he has over 1 billion online views. Some of his many sponsors include Aramith Balls, the APA, Q-Tech, Caribou Billiards, Pool Dog, Kamui, Alex, Hey Fang, 8-Ball Pool, and Simonas. This is Florian Venom Kohler.
Actually, this is an old bio, I think, because he's now with Dinospheres. I think that just happened recently.
That is true.
That's all right.
Yeah, so he's with Dinospheres, and I know he's with Gabriel Pool Tables now.
Yep, and now here's my buddy that I've been taking around for the last couple of years, Master Lin. He's currently ranked 8th on the world rankings. He's originally from Chiayi, Taiwan. He won the World Artistic Pool 2022 and 2020. Sponsored by Chinese Taipei's Billiard Federation, KFQs, Owens Qs, YTT Cloth, and Q-Tech.
What I love about Master Lin is he doesn't speak much English, but we know he's such a nice guy. He's great to have around, and we're going to miss him because this is Master Lin's last tournament before he retires. And I know, talking to my wife Carolyn, she said she's going to cry once Master Lin leaves for the airport. She's going to be upset about that one. He's just such a nice guy to have around. He really is. So it looks like Florian is going to start here. This is the trick and fancy discipline, and he's going to be shooting shot 5A. It's a 10-pointer called the Perfect Setup.
All right, well, I did my part to help with the introductions, but now Mark White is here, so I'm going to exit the booth. So I will hand this over to Mark White. Steve, have fun.
Thank you very much, and welcome, Mark.
Yeah, can you hear me, Steve?
Loud and clear, sir.
Good to hear, and this is a pleasure. I actually had you down as my favourite to win this tournament this year.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Mark. We worked hard, and unfortunately, it wasn't the outcome I expected. But all in all, you know, it happens to the best of us. So I do appreciate that, there, Mark.
Yeah, I've been following your journey on Facebook and YouTube. So here we go. I've been following this man as well, and what a way to start.
Good adjustment there. Just came a little short on that long row. So his first shot there, he had one of the balls jar out. Second shot here, he came a little short on it, so we'll see if he adjusts his a little bit more spin, which is needed to make this shot here. And knowing him, it's possible. All the setup, he adjusted the spin, and he nailed it. Going forward here, we had some fun with it last year. We had Gaston, the Prince Tomadelli. He typically screams "sí," which is yes in Spanish. And then we have 3 French players here. Then we started getting "oui" for the French players, which is yes. And now we have, my wife created a sign called, for Master Lin, it's "shidi," which is yes in Master Lin's Chinese language. So we have three different languages saying yes here. So if you hear some screaming, you're going to hear "oui" and you're going to hear "shidi" on made shots.
Great stuff. Great stuff. This isn't only entertainment, Steve, it's education as well.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And this is such a... Trick shots is such a unique genre of cue sports. It really is. I mean, they are... Every interview I have, I say how trick shots are universal. You have to... If you're a pool player, you can appreciate a nice run out of like a rack and 9 ball or 10 ball. But if you're not a pool player, you see that, you're like, okay, cool, yeah, he ran the rack, that's cool, he made every ball. But trick shots are so universal to where you don't have to know a single thing about the game. But when you see a shot like this where you're making 3 balls at one time, you're going 3 rounds, and then you're hitting a combo to make the ball, it's impressive for everyone.
I've got a few questions for you, actually, talking about interviews, which I'm going to go through as this second semi-final unfolds, Steve. So here we go with Master Lin, as you said, in his last ever tournament. I'll tell you what, I might even shed a tear as well. Such a nice guy.
He is. Looks like he came a little long on that 1 ball, so that's a little bit of an adjustment with his aim here. Looks like the cue ball, because he hit that ball too full, came a little short as well. So he's got some adjusting to do, that's for sure.
So Steve Markle, any relation to Megan?
Oh no. It's funny because I before that, I mean, my last name was very rare, and then Meghan Markle comes along, and everybody's like, oh, it's funny because they go, oh yeah, Markle, like the Queen, or Meghan Markle, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, the Queen, or that professional pool player. There's a pro pool player, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I kind of, as many people know, I'm kind of a jokester. So I'll say, yeah, it's that professional pool player too, and people just say, okay, and just shake their head like, yep, never heard of him. But no relation, Mark.
Oh, over adjustment there, Steve.
Yeah, a little bit of an over adjustment.
Went short.
But his head was in the right place there with thinking, okay, if he's going to miss this ball, he's going to hit the long round on it. So that was, although he missed, that was a good adjustment here, and hopefully he can tune it in and make it, because I believe Florian made it on the 3rd attempt as well. So this would be 8-all if he makes it here.
Neither of these hang about either, do they? They're very, very quick players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're quick players. They get in there, set them up, and get out. 2 very, very experienced players here. Oh,
and look at that.
Did he get it? Oh. That's close there.
Well, made the right adjustment, didn't he, on the 1 ball into the corner.
He got that 1 ball, which is the toughest ball to make. He adjusted, and fortunately, he just needed a little bit more spin on that to get that. That was close.
Wow.
I'm going to say 2 millimeters on that one.
I was just going to say, would there be room for the 2 millimeter gauge to fit between them two?
Yep, that's about how much he missed by right there.
So I was looking through your Facebook earlier on, Stevie. You know I follow you. I watch all your videos and like all of them. What about on your Facebook page, you list in your family as Florian Kohler as a brother. And I'm guessing that's just just how close you are, right?
Yeah, so we're I have to share a great story with everyone here. So we're very close. Him and I started around the same time, and this was around the time where he barely knew any English, and we would communicate via YouTube because he had YouTube videos, I had YouTube videos, and we became close just talking using Google Translate. And this was probably back around, I want to say 2007, 2008, 2009 range. And he would type something in French, I would translate it to English, and then that's how we would talk. And we had to arrange him to come over to one of Dr. Q's artistic cups, and I believe it was Connecticut was the first one he came over for. But he actually stayed in, I was living at my parents at the time, he stayed in my parents' basement. And it was so funny because there was just a language barrier. Like, we didn't know how to talk to him and communicate, he didn't know how to communicate. But it's so funny because I've known him for so long, and we talk all the time. And we've always said we're like brothers, him and I. We really are. And we have such a great shot by Master Lin there, first attempt. But we really are like brothers, and I think I did that. I think I must have done that like 15 years ago when I first created my Facebook, listed him as a brother, and then he listed me as a brother on his Facebook, and I think that's still there too. And I just never changed it, which is funny. But you look at the history of us two. We've come so far along and just developed such a nice friendship over the years. I'm always proud to see him doing this and what he's accomplished throughout his career.
Nicely said and nicely done there. A perfect shot. That's how good he hit it. Even the cue ball went in. A table clearance. You were talking about run-outs. Well, there's a run-out. Artistic pool style. It's that smile we're going to miss so much.
Yeah, it's a smile everybody loves around here. Just a nice bright smile. So this shot right here is a 7-pointer. It can be difficult because you can hit this shot perfect, and that cue rolls the wrong way, and it's not going to hit that final ball in the side pocket there. It's a good choice here. Just like that, Florian hit it very good. Yep, he hit it very good. I think he needs to adjust the speed control a little bit on this.
Yeah, but it's a bit hard, wasn't it, Steve?
A bit hard. He's got to
just push the cue out of the way.
Yeah, it's hard. It moved it a lot there, but he hit it good. He hit the setup exactly where he should have. But he's just gonna have to adjust his speed a bit here so that cue doesn't move as much, and he should be able to make it on his second attempt.
Saw him, didn't you, at the end there, just staring at the table, looking and working out in his mind exactly what went wrong.
And that's what people don't understand about trick shots either. It's it's not just us going up, setting it up, and saying, all right, yeah, here we go, let's do this. It's thinking about the adjustments that need to be made. So as Florian stepped back, he thought, I assume he's thinking, okay, speed control. And there's so much to trick shots. Yep, a lot slower. Hits it, and perfect right there. So second attempt for Florian.
There you see Zafir and Wayne Parker. Is that Wayne Parker next to him? No, it's not, is it? It's Max,
see, that is Max. Yeah, that's Zach from South Africa and Max from France. Two great guys.
It's been a really international event, hasn't it?
Yep. Oh yeah. We believe we have 8 international players here. Yeah, perfect, great angle right there. Hit that one ball nice and center to make it.
We have a question. How come that Florian is only ranked number 10? Well, that's the world rankings. He doesn't play in many of the other. I think that's the reason, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah, so we recently restructured. Usually every year we have a Masters event in the United States, a U.S. Nationals event in the United States, And the World Championship has been in the United States, but a lot of the time he only comes out to the World Championship, so therefore he doesn't gain the ranking points at the Masters and U.S. Nationals. He did come out to the 2023 U.S. Nationals, and someone I am very familiar with ended up beating him that round and going on to win that one. So he did come out to that one.
Massey's power draw, 10-pointer. All 10-point draw shots are Mike Massey shots.
He hits this one well. Sometimes he doesn't even need the rack.
Like that.
Hey, speed, speed, speed.
Oh, he needs this to go. He needs the curling brushes, but he hasn't got them.
So he's going to hit this one a little harder. What I do, people always ask, I put that rack with that 9-ball as close to the cut of the pocket as I can. And sometimes you'll notice I tap the pool table because there was a time. Speed control. Looks like you got it this time.
Though. Right in the heart.
There you go. If you can hear it in the background, we have our first wee. But I put that ball so far into that cut to where even if that cue ball just taps that rack, it'll go in. But I slapped the table because there was one time where I hit this shot and I hit it so hard into the rail, the ball actually dropped. And it made the shot and the ball was already in the pocket.
Ah.
So I put it close, but
dead on.
Perfectly right by that Venom Trick Shots logo.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether you're aware of this or not, Steve, but Florian once invited me to his house when I was in Vegas, and I went there and did a nice interview with him, 45-minute interview, and he did some trick shots with me and had me on the table, and I've noticed you use your wife in your trick shots, but I also saw a dog in one of your trick shots on the table as well.
Let's just say we get the whole family involved. So we do use my wife, Carolyn. She loves it. You know, we hang out. I say, hey, I got some shots I came up with. Yeah, I need you on this day. She'll say, okay. So she's a good sport about it. And that's my dog. His name's Duke. He's a golden retriever. When my cloth gets worn to a certain point and he can finally come up there, I do some shots with Duke. And he's a big boy. He's close to 90 pounds. So we're not talking trick shots with a poodle here. We're talking trick shots with a big dog. He's a good sport about it.
So, second attempt. Come on, Master Lin. That's no.
It's gonna have to adjust a little bit there.
Wasn't enough draw, was there, Steve?
So what he has to do there is he has to he's aiming into the rail a little too much. He's got to come in towards the rack a little bit. So what I do on this shot is I actually use the first diamond by the rack, like right where his pool cue is, and I adjust from there. So I'll look at that diamond, and it looks like he's doing that too because he's looking at the diamond and he's adjusting in now. So now he's about at the diamond because he realized that ball went too far. Missed by Master Lin there. But this shot, he used that first diamond there, and he had to, seems like the way he hit it, he had to come even further in to the diamond.
Nil point, as they say in French.
So right now we have a score of 23 to 7, and it's going to be Master Lin's pick, and he is in the follow discipline, which is our... those not familiar, follow is front spin. So Master Lin's going to pick here. And these two players, I mean, they both know the whole book, so I'm looking at my shot book here thinking, what's Master Lin going to shoot? And I don't know because both of these players both know the book so well, you don't know what's coming.
What's your favourite shot, Steve? Have you got a favourite in the book? Which one would it be? If you had to shoot one for your life.
Let's see. For my life, it's going to be a 6-pointer. So, but entertainment, and I like the machine gun shot where you lag the cue ball as the cue ball is rolling, you pocket the 7 before it, and then the cue ball is the final ball to drop. So Masterlin picked the window shot here, which is a 9-pointer. Those also not familiar with trick shots, 6 points are the easiest and 10 points are the hardest. And we have 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10-point shots. So this is a 9-point shot, the window shot, and it's a classic trick shot. Very entertaining, crowd pleaser trick shot, but also very, very touchy shot to where you can hit it perfect. It can go through that 2-ball gap, and you can miss the ball by either going long or short. So you really got it. This is one you really have to practice before the round. It's hard to just go up and put the cue ball down, even with good notes, because every table is going to play different for this one, the way that cue ball is going to grab and what spin you have to use.
Well, this is definitely a Mark White pleaser. This is one of my favourites. It's in the top 3. Always impresses me. Just so difficult. The gap, the window that you have to get through.
Yep,
is
it's only
just
a 2-ball gap.
incredibly small. Yeah, and you have to get 3 different things right here, don't you? You've got the combos, obviously.
Yep.
And then you've got the follow off of the rail, get through that gap, and make the ball. I'm surprised it's not a 10-pointer.
It could be. It very well could be. Because of the difficulty, and like I said, it's one you really want to practice before you shoot it. Let's see what Masterlin can do on this shot.
The perfect view as well.
Oh, just like
yes.
that. He got through the window. He hit the other object ball, but the ball that banks across to the corner pocket looks like it came up a little short there. Yeah, just a little short on that one ball. So great spin, great positioning of the cue ball. He just needs to adjust his setup over a little bit for that.
Can't we give him that? He made it off the point into the top corner.
We
a
always
variation.
say, new trick shot, new trick shot.
Yeah.
I think we have about 2 billion new trick shots from the way you can miss these shots. Great.
How did you enjoy the draw competition? A new one.
It was different.
Introduced
It was
by our sponsors.
Yeah, it was fun. SYKRS Chalk sponsored that, and it was a draw contest. And I think it was unique. It was fun for the players. Everybody enjoyed it, and hope to have that maybe for next year, wherever we might be.
So second attempt.
Oh no!
Oh, he lifted his head, Steve. Did you see that?
Yeah, he lifted it there.
Head
Miscued.
came up.
That's a tough way to miss right there. Miscue, because that only gives
Well,
you.
it's the only way. You don't want to miss it that way, do you? Because you haven't even tested the shot, you know.
You don't, because you think you have the adjustment, and then that's not the game plan when it comes to adjusting a miscue there. So now he only has one attempt to try and figure out what he wants to do here. Florian back there anxiously staring at the shot here.
Looks focused, doesn't he, Steve?
Yeah, very focused.
Wants to defend his title. Wants to retain it.
Tapped it. So that's no good for Masterlin.
Yeah, 2 in a row, Steve. Come up dry.
Yeah, he's been hitting them good all tournament. Masterlin's been he's been on fire, and he hasn't been missing very many shots. So I'm very surprised to see this. So now let's see.
Advantage.
Let's see if Florian can make it here. I know he was practicing it. I believe it was 2 days ago. I saw him practicing that when he was trying in our preliminary rounds. He was trying to figure out which 9-point he was going to go with, and we have 3 options in every point category within the discipline. And he wasn't too sure what he was going with, but I can say he was practicing this one.
What do you think is the greatest trick shot ever made? Have you ever seen one and thought, that's ridiculous? I've got to try that, but you've never done it. Is there a shot like that or not?
I mean, what comes to mind, because he's right in front of me here, is Florian's double butterfly, where he had, that's 12 balls in one shot. It's a classic butterfly shot, but he has, on one side of the table, he hits the butterfly, and then on the other side of the table, he's able to jump it through the gap on the other butterfly. It kicks off the rail, hits the other butterfly shot, and makes the other one. So that one's pretty impressive. And then we also have Rob Peacock's shot where he hit the ball off the rail. And I'm just drawing a blank what the name of it is, but he hits the ball off the rail, goes over his body, and goes into the pocket. Rob the Hurricane Peacock, that's his name there. But he did it within one shot, which is crazy.
Florian was hoping to do the same, but just caught one of the blockers.
Florian's gonna try and do his adjustment here. Looks like he might need to hit a little softer and maybe a little more follow on that ball because he hit the further line of balls out there.
Talking about jumping balls over your body, I saw your what was it, Super Bowl one for the Eagles.
Yes.
That's it. I think that's so clever where you get them to go jump over yourself and go into the pocket. I mean, they're brilliant shots. How many attempts did that take?
So that took a little while because I had to land that ball directly in the pocket. Oh, tapped it again.
Oh, close.
Yeah, so he
just caught the same ball.
Still hitting a little too hard. But it's funny because we bring this shot up right before I jumped in the booth here about 10 minutes prior. I just did that shot in front of everybody, and I had Max catch the ball on the other side. So I do that show. I became consistent with at least getting it over my body, not into the pocket. That's definitely more challenging. But I became consistent with that shot, getting it over my body and having somebody at the other end of the table to catch it once it bounces.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And then they plop it in the pocket, yeah?
Yep, they catch it, put it right in the pocket.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's a fun shot. But, yeah, that shot was for the recent one was for the Eagles Super Bowl.
And did they win?
Yes, they did. Eagles are the Super Bowl champions.
I wonder how long it will be before they have an artistic pool halftime show. Steve Markle right in the middle of Super Bowl on a big screen. That would be fun.
That would be...
Oh, look at this.
Good adjustment. Just came a little short, but that's... If he had a fourth attempt there's not much adjusting you want to do. Maybe have the ball come over to the left a little more, but there's not much you can do to adjust from there because he hit that really well. Perfectly through.
Oh, look at this.
The spin. Yeah. Spin just happened to grab pretty early there. Even he's looking.
There, it would have gone in.
I think Florian, with a combo there, it would have went in. I think Florian wants a fourth attempt at that because he knows he has it if there's a fourth attempt. Here's a rat race. It's a 10-point shot in our bank and kick discipline. Tough shot. Several ways to do it. You can hit the ball pretty full and use the double kiss that sends it around. Or you can hit it like I do, where you cut that ball very thin, almost as it's diagrammed. I use bottom right hand English on that. You can hit this several ways, like many trick shots. You can hit several different ways.
It's a bit like playing a safety shot in pool or snooker.
Mm-hmm.
Thin, round to hide a ball on the top rail.
Oh, looks like he's got it.
Just like that.
Clearing out of the way. Perfect shot right there. So that's 10 points. So we'll have a 33-7 score.
Good recovery, Steve, after missing through the window 3 times. Comes straight back, nails that 10-pointer first time.
That was one of his shots he used, I believe, in all of his playoffs. So he uses the double kiss there. He used that, I believe, against every player last year. That was one of his victory shots on his way to winning his world title last year. And players tended to struggle with that, and he hits it so well, and it's a 10-point shot. So why not shoot it? Put the pressure on somebody with a 10-point shot.
What is that cue he has in his left hand there? What cue was that he used
that
for
was
the
one of his
rail?
I didn't see it, but I believe that might be his break cue. He uses for it.
I think it breaks anything that it touched. You see the thickness of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a pretty thick cue he's got there.
So same shot.
Masterlin, he's putting in the exact position, and they put the ball, if you notice, at the 9 right there. He's right up against the corner, and it's in a little bit, because a problem with this shot too is that you can hit this shot perfect, and the cue ball can make that 9 ball, and the cue ball can get hung up and stay there. So then you have the collision right in the corner pocket there.
So he's double kissing it as well. Looks like it. Yes.
That might just about do it if it doesn't catch that rail. Oh, see, it caught that rail. Yeah. Yeah, he caught that rail right there. So it looks like Masterlin's using his masse cue for this. A lot of people use their playing cue.
I think Florian's cue looked thicker than that, which meant that the ball wouldn't hit the rail.
Yep. That's why he uses it, and although thicker, it's a legal cue. You know, we in artistic pool we have break cues, jump cues, masse cues, playing cues, but all the cues are legal cues that we use. So although that cue is a little thicker, it's, you know, that Florian used, it's not an illegal cue.
I had a go with one of Florian's masse cues. Unbelievably heavy. I couldn't believe how heavy it was.
Yeah. Looks pretty good. That
This
looks
time.
good right there.
Oh, this is better.
And that's gonna be 9 points for Master Lin. Vita is being yelled. That's yes. So
Hit this one hard, sweet, pure.
Yeah, that ball came off that short route perfect there. Cleared the way. Right down that cue. Beautiful shot. He gave the nod of approval. I like it. Yeah, he's just a special guy. He's got a great heart. I mean, every year I travel to these world championships. He always, with my wife Carolyn, he always brings special gifts for her, and it's just special. It's nice that he does that. He thinks about her. The international press
This
is
is a
great.
beauty.
The jump pirouette. He hits this. I
Beautiful.
saw him practicing this. He hits this really well. And this is such a unique stroke you need for that. To be able to make that the B ball into B pocket, the yellow ball, to be able to get that cue ball in the air over the cue, down, and you need to spin the catch just right to be able to hit that cue again and make that ball. But also this shot right here, you don't have to hit the cue. You can come long on it, hit the foot route, and pocket F ball without even needing the cue. Some players, just by luck, have made it that way.
So
Yes.
there's a chalk gap, yes, between these balls. It's not actually the 2 millimeter, is it?
No, so it's a maximum of
chalk.
1 chalk. You can't go any further than 1 chalk. You can come in, you can go half chalk, you can go 2 millimeters, whatever gets the shot to go in, but you can't go further than a chalk's width on this shot. Masterland trying to figure out his aim point on this. He's got bit of adjusting to do with that. He was pretty far off on that one ball, so he's going to adjust, figure out a new aim point here. Master Lin, one of our international players, he's great. He, like I said, we're going to miss him when he retires. He's been a mentor for a lot of players here. Very knowledgeable of the game, and I know back home he does a lot for artistic pool back in his home country as well.
I was going to say, I wondered if they ever have a World Championships there. I don't know whether they ever have, but if they ever would he consider playing there?
That looks good right there. Second attempt. I don't know. I mean, he has his 2 world titles. If it's in his home country, I mean, if he's approached, he can possibly come out of retirement. It's possible. That would be awesome, because I mean, there's a good chance we're gonna be out of the United States for this event next year, from everything I'm hearing on the board here. And that's, a possibility for the future, especially bringing on our sponsor for the event, SYKRS Chalk, which is based in China. It's very possible that we end up there. So although we say this might be Master Lin's last tournament, he might want to play on his, if it's in Asia there.
Food for thought, something
Absolutely,
to look forward to and hope for.
And we play so much here in the United States. It would be nice to continue to go overseas to different countries, because that also brings out different players that can't always afford the expenses. Looks like a little bit of a miss there by Florian.
Definitely the way. It's definitely the way that most Q sports are going, isn't it, Steve? Now they are, tending to have the World Championships in different countries, just so what you just said, to get other nations more interested in it. And China and Taiwan has got so many great Q artists with Karam and Nine Ball. It would be great to see some more coming through and playing this game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Looks like Florian hit it there. He went a little wide into that short rally. He's got to get closer in. But it gets a lot of players aren't sponsored, and it gets expensive to cover all the expenses to make a tournament happen. So I just think if we go to a different country here, we'll get them players that it's one less expense having to afford an expensive international flight, hotel, transportation, entry fees, and everything.
That will fall on you.
Ooh, so Florian, I was not expecting him to miss this one. This is a it's a good choice there by Master Lin. It's a 7-point shot, but it's one of them tricky shots, because the other 2 options in the 7-pointers in our stroke shots are a lot easier. So a lot of players do not practice this shot. So which makes it, although it's a 7-pointer, which is on the easier side, it's one people don't practice, so it becomes harder when you don't practice it.
You don't have the memory of it, do you? That feeling, the muscle memory.
Absolutely. So I'll share a pretty funny story here. It's been snowing here in Bay City, Michigan for most of the week, and 3 of our international players, Zaf and Wayne from South Africa and Gaston from Argentina, have never seen snow. So this is almost like the apocalypse for these players out here right now, with the snow coming down, with them not seeing it.
It's a special thing, isn't it?
Oh,
Especially if you've never seen it. It really is amazing.
We're watching the videos and Zaf picking up a snowball for the first time. So Florian's going to try the one-handed jump shot here. It's a 10-point shot. You have to make all 10. Correction, all 6.
Good rhythm. Very good rhythm.
And it looks like he got that on the first attempt there. So that shot's, you make all 6 shots. You can't touch the rack. You're not allowed to touch the rack. And then you also can't, the cue can't contact any of the other balls. So you have to not only jump the pool ball, the balls out of the rack, you have to make sure you have a steady enough hand to where you don't nudge the other balls next to it or behind it. it's a tricky shot.
So he's got the balance point on that cue, has he there?
Yeah, oh yeah, his balance is great for that. And he's consistent. He goes up, lets the cue go down, and then hits it right at the right time. It's a rhythm shot. It really is. You get into a certain rhythm with that shot. Some people, he hits it a little quicker than most people. Some people hit it slow. Some people hit it fast. But whatever gets the job done there.
Master Lin. There you see on the rack.
Trying to look and keep up with some of these comments there. It looks like Caitlin's answered most of the questions there. It looks like Stewart asked if do the shots ever change in the program. So we've had this program for a little while now, and we will be introducing, I believe it's 40 new shots for next year's World Championship. So how the process was that shots were submitted by players, and we actually put them to a test to see how difficult they were, if we like them, entertainment value, can they be made, and 40 of the shots that don't typically get chosen in the current program will be out, and 40 new ones will be in for next year's World Championship.
Wow. Notice he's put the triangle further away, Steve,
So
than Florian had it. There's that rhythm. There's the rhythm. Keep it up. Keep it going.
What he did was
caught
he touched,
the rack.
Yeah, he caught the rack there. Yeah, very modest, letting him know, hey, this is what I heard, and the shot's no good, so he's going to be on his third attempt for 8 points here. But he brings up that rack because sometimes with this shot, depending on how hard you hit it, the ball can either bounce and hit the top of the pocket and jar back out, or it can bounce and just completely miss the pocket and go different directions. So he knows that he's about maybe, let's see, a ball and a half up from that rail. He knows that this is the best placement for the rack, to where how hard he hits those object balls, he knows that that's the best positioning to make them bounce in correctly. So that one just happened to jar out there, so no points for Master Lin.
So let's talk a little bit while we're waiting for the next shot, Steve. You're very well known for doing some great TV commercials.
Oh yeah.
Tell us a little bit about them quickly.
So my one of my TV commercials was with Lincoln for the Lincoln Nautilus. We did 2 commercials. One was with Matthew McConaughey. So it aired in 2020.
Wow.
So if you remember that commercial where Matthew McConaughey was in a house and he was shooting pool, and then he had some trick shots done. He was doing some trick shots. That was me doing the trick shots. That was the first commercial that aired on TV. And then for mine, it was just me. They gave me a list of the modern safety features on the Lincoln Nautilus, and they wanted me to build trick shots based around the modern safety features and how they work. I made the trick shots showing how these safety features worked. So it was a great opportunity. They treated me like a celebrity. Everywhere I went was a black SUV picking you up here, black SUV picking you up there. Hey, this is where you're staying, and I just felt like a celebrity that day.
I wouldn't be so rude as to ask how much, but were you well paid for it? Was it a good payday?
Yeah, so it's funny because when I first was approached with this opportunity, I wasn't sure how much to quote them out. I didn't want to go too low, didn't want to go too high, and I can say I made a very nice amount to where I was able to at the time buy my wife's engagement ring, and the rest of the money went towards a down payment on a house. So.
I love that. What a nice thing to do. What a great thing to do.
Yeah, so if you have a minute, go to after the round here, go to YouTube and type in Markle, that's Markle, control on cue, and you'll find it. It's a great video. Master Lin looks like he's got a little bit to adjust here. He's
struggling
not
a little
making that
bit.
for. He is. It almost seems like he's playing a little quicker
Tired?
than he's used to. It
Do
could
you
be a
think
combination.
He's a little bit tired.
I think so, because I was sitting watching the previous round with Gaston and Tim Chin, and he was falling asleep, so he could be a little tired. And it's a long haul for him. I mean, he comes from overseas, and it's a long flight for him. Then it's a long week of shooting pool, and it could be a little bit of that. Yeah, I'm not used to seeing him miss that much.
Not the youngest.
No, he's not. This looks
Here we
good.
go,
Perfect
here we go,
adjustment.
here we go.
Perfect. Good adjustment by him. I didn't think he was going to make that at first. Looking at the two attempts, he had a lot of adjusting to do, and he, as the player he is and the skill level he has, he was able to get it done.
Brian Pauly always says, getting it on your third attempt shows just how good you are because you've made the necessary adjustments from the first two.
I can agree with him on that. Trick shots are all about adjustments.
Tremendous shot from the master. A nod. So Florian, same shot, playing it from another side. Here we go.
Side here. He's got to hit this. Good.
Oh, first time.
Ooh. Just missed that 9-ball in the corner there. So Master Lin and Venom Kohler playing for a spot in the finals to play against Tim the Dragon Chin, who is our current number one world ranked player. So whether it be Florian or Master Lin who advances, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good final there. You get the spin right off that route, perfect, and he got it. Florian catching fire here.
Yeah, good lead now. That's what you want, isn't it? 2-shot lead, basically.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a good lead that Florian has here. Let's see, we're in Massey. We just concluded the Massey discipline there. So what's left is the wild card round. So Master Lin and Florian will both have 4 shot selections. So what they can do is they pick any shot from the program, but their next shot they cannot pick from that discipline. So say Master Lin, as I look at him here, he's going through his book. He's trying to figure out what shot he's going to shoot. So what it is he's going to find a shot. Let's just say he picks a jump shot, his first wild card pick. His next pick, he cannot pick a jump shot anymore. So you really want to know what shot you're going to shoot within that discipline, because if there's, let's say in the jump discipline, there's 3 or 4 shots that you want to shoot against them, you want to make sure that if you pick that discipline, you know what shot it is. So Florian's going to have his wild card pick, and he's going to do the jump out of the rack massé. So this is a 9-point shot. He hits it very well.
Out of the triangle, past the second diamond.
So it's almost like, for a player like him, it's almost like it's a perfect first attempt there for Florian. It's almost like for him what we call a hanger. A hanger is an easy shot in pool. Yeah, it's an easy shot there.
Yeah.
For those not familiar, in pool it's called a hanger, and although it's a 9-point shot, he hits that really well.
It's like we say about Fedor Gorst when he's got a jump shot full length of the table. He's more or less guaranteed to make it, you know.
Yep. No, he's a special player. Almost got caught up with the point of that pocket. He's lucky that didn't get hung up there, but it worked out good for him. It was pretty nice spin, stuck it to the rail, exactly as the shot should be played.
A hanger, but not hung up.
Yep.
I want to mention Steve Geller in the chat. I asked a question for Brian Pauly in the last broadcast, and Brian didn't know the answer, but Steve Geller does. He says, "Hey Mark, to answer your question, it was the monkey chewed tobacco on the streetcar line," and it was indeed in relation to. We're talking about the 369 shot.
Okay.
Master Lin then. Oh, get that leg up there, Master Lin. Oh, get comfortable, mate.
Settling in. All right, he's got his body positioned. Looks like it's up, it's out, but did it cross that? So with this shot, it has to cross the second diamond to be to count. So although you can masse it, I don't believe that one crossed the second diamond. So even if he did make that 9-ball, it would have been no good.
Just watching his back arm there, Steve. The elbow went before the.
So that's good. He's crossed the second
That's
diamond.
better.
Got the spin. So he got it. Though. My wife waving the GD sign. I got a nice smile out of Master Lin.
Is that your wife sat next to Gaston?
Yeah, that's
She sat, yeah, I thought it got.
yeah,
caught
that's
glimpse of
that's her
just
in
now.
the white shirt next to Gaston. She's a good supporter. Trying to when we first started dating, trying to explain what I did in trick shots to her was quite interesting. We were on a date, and I'm trying to explain everything from A to Z about trick shots, and she's asking me all these questions. So from the start, it was something completely new to her, and she enjoys it. She really does.
How did you meet her? Did you meet in a pool room or not?
So we met through friends. One of my best friends is good friends with one of her best friends. So we met one time, and I remember saying, "Who's that over there?"
Nah.
So yeah, so it's funny because
Eyes across the room.
yeah, we talked and everything that day, but she left, I left, and nothing really happened, and we ended up later in life we ended up reconnecting, and it worked out for the better. So, but we've known each other for a long time now. Yeah. She's looking over at me right now. Yeah, she's wondering what are you guys talking about.
She knows we're talking about us.
Yeah, her ears are ringing a little bit. She's smiling and giving me a heart sign, so it looks like all is well. She's super cool. Yeah, she's great. So Master Lin here with his first wild card pick. So let's see what Master Lin comes up with. Okay, so he's doing a never-ending story. This is one that players typically do shoot in the preliminary rounds, but a lot of players were having difficulty with it because the cue ball has to avoid the 4 balls in a line right there, the blocker balls, and a lot of people weren't getting the spin to grab quick enough, and they were contacting the first blocker ball there.
Yeah, saw it many times.
And it seemed like looking on during this round, the sits in Discipline 1, which is Trick and Fancy, looking at players shooting it in their preliminary rounds, I was seeing a lot of misses as well. So probably a good choice here. It's a shot he's probably confident in, and he knows that players were struggling. So I think this is although it's very well shot and a lot of players chose it in the preliminaries, I think it's a good shot for the playoffs here.
Superman trick shots. Guessing that's Brian Pauly.
I'm trying to figure out where Brian is. He's right next to me. I look over and he's smiling at me here. Yeah, we gotta send a shout out to Mr. Mark White here, everybody. He's become very knowledgeable with trick shots and artistic pool tournaments and how their rants. Where Mark is so knowledgeable at this point with this game that we're waiting for you one day to pay your entry fee and join us. That would be incredible, Mark, if one day you take part in one of our events.
Do you know, I said exactly the same thing to Brian just now in the last match. I'd love to come and
First
participate.
attempt. Look at this. Perfect.
Oh,
he
look at
nailed
this.
it. Good for Mesterlin.
Good pick.
Mesterlin needed that there. Good for him. Yeah, I think it would be great one day, Mark, if you were to join us, because you're in a way you're becoming a voice for artistic pool here with commentating so many of our events. The people want to see the face of the commentator, and we want to see how you shoot too. I think that would be incredible.
They'll be disappointed when they see me. Trust me.
Listen, even if you
No,
don't make the shots, you're a very charming guy. You're a very likable guy, so everyone will be okay with that.
I can make a couple of them. I made the pool hall junkies shot, and I made the one with the stacker ball where you go around the table and then knock the ball in.
Okay, so it's
the name of that.
It's you're in the corner pocket. You have the stacker ball there.
Yes,
Hit into the stacker ball. It hits the long route, hits the short route, hits the long route, and then pockets you up.
Yeah.
I believe it's called the stacker ball. Yeah, I think
It could well be.
Yeah, I think it's just the stacker ball shot.
But yeah, going back to what you were just saying, the first time I ever commentated on this, I didn't know one shot. I didn't know what they were doing, but that was 4 years ago now. But now I really love it, and I know a lot of the shots and how they're played. So yeah, I love it.
Well.
Oh, look at this.
First attempt for Florian as well. Both players hitting it exactly as diagrammed. But yeah, you became very knowledgeable, and you just learned so much along the way. And again, we appreciate everything you do for us.
It's lovely to be a part of it. It really is. I wouldn't get up at this time of the morning for much. Having said that, I'm going to be up again from the 19th of March until the 1st of... for the 19th of February to the 1st of March, commentating on 8 events in Vegas from the Rio for Predator and CSI. So yeah, that's a big one. 10 days of non-stop commentating, 12-hour days, 10 days in a row. That's the big one of the year for me.
10 days in a row. That's a lot of commentating right there.
Yeah, it's not a job to me, Steve. It's a passion of mine. I've loved it since I was 7 years old, and kind of been involved in every aspect of Q Sports. It's not, yourself, when you love something, you never do a day's work.
This is going to be Discipline 2, Shot 3A. This is going to be the...
Oh, he's good at this.
Yeah, the machine gun there. Oops, speed control. Does he have it?
Oh, dear.
Just short.
Oh.
Just short. What this is?
I think he's done 15, hasn't he?
I can believe it. Yeah, I can believe it.
Yeah, I think he has.
Yeah. It's all about speed control there. He knew he hit that ball soft, and he had all the time in the world to pocket those 7. He's got it perfectly in. That's another make for Florian Venom Kohler, and it looks like that's going to be 7 points for him, making it on the second attempt.
Yeah, I love the super slow-mo on this. You won't see it on this, but in the super slow-mo, you'll see him chalking his cue between every ball that he pots.
Perfect. Right
Terrific.
There. Great speed on that cue ball. So we'll see what Master Lin can do here. We have a score of 76-46 right now.
Yeah, running out of time, Steve, to a certain extent, isn't he?
Yeah, Florian has a comfortable lead to where he's gonna start picking at this point his wild cards, 6 and 7 point shots, just to put points up on the board, even if he knows that Masterlin is going to make them. He just wants to make sure he makes his own shots. So expect some 6 or 7 point shots coming up for Florian's choices, and then Masterlin, he's down, so he's going to be picking 9 and 10 point shots for his remaining wild card selections. So here comes Masterlin, the 2-time world champion. Oh, look at this. Oh, he came short on that. Great speed on the cue ball, and he had enough time to just slowly hit all those balls and just happened to come a little short there.
Yeah, very casual, wasn't it, compared to Florian's? Very much slower. And he would have made it. So do you have a full-time job, Steve, or is this your full-time job? Shows and stuff?
This would be way too much of a grind to me. I would love to make this a full-time job, but fortunately it would be too much of a grind to try and make that happen. So my full-time job, I'm actually a police officer.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, I'm a police officer in a township in Lower Makefield, which is in Pennsylvania in the United States.
Thank you for your service.
I appreciate that. Couple miscues there along the way for Masterlin. I appreciate that. That's how I got my, when I came back, I had to take a little bit of a break to get my career going. And at the time, I was working 2 part-time police jobs, and I couldn't get the time off. I finally was able to get a full-time police job. And my wife and I got a house, and we got our pool table back in. And I said, all right, it's time. Let's get back into this. So I actually took a 7-year break from artistic pool, and I came back.
Wow.
Yeah, after things got settled down, I came back, and my first event was the Masters, and then the second event was the U.S. Nationals, and my second event back, I ended up winning that one. So here's Masterlin's 3rd attempt at the... a little too hard on that. A little too hard on that cue ball.
Florian straight out of his chair there to help Masterlin retrieve the ball. So no points. Again, it's beginning to look a little bit ominous now.
Yeah, so here comes maybe a 6 or 7 point shot by Florian. Someone had asked here and what time the final is, and it's going to be at 7 p.m., but we might start up a little sooner. And if this continues the way it is, it looks like it's going to be Florian Venom Kohler versus Tim the Dragon Chin. So it's going to be 7 o'clock or a little sooner Eastern Standard Time. There's the bracket there, as you saw. Florian Kohler against Masterlin. Tim Chin had beat Gaston Tomadelli. And before that, Florian had defeated Jimmy Glanville, and he also defeated Michael Hewitt. And Tim Chin defeated Jason Lynch, and before that he defeated Anthony L.M. So that's the bracket. You can see how these players made their way.
Yeah, shout out to Digital Pool, who are doing great things in the sport for lots of genres. So Zach Goldsmith and Isaac Wooten, good work, guys. Just recently covered the Derby City Classic for the first time, streaming 48 tables, and a good time to give Railbirds a shout out as well. If you please would subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell, guys. There's lots of great stuff, lots of history, historic matches, classic matches from the artistic pool world, in addition to the Derby City Classic, 9-ball, banks and 1 pocket. So please like, subscribe and hit that bell. It does enable us to bring you all this great free pool. Take it away, Steve. The spin transfer.
So I have to piggyback on what you said there. Railbirds with Kevin and his wife Sherry, they do an incredible job with this live stream. Just getting the angles and the right people to commentate. The work that gets put into their stream and the quality of it is just top notch. And to me, I believe it's probably the best live stream in all of pool. I watch a lot of pool, and what they're able to do is just awesome.
I concur.
So this is another very touchy shot here. It's a 7-point draw shot. Right in there. So you have to hit that. That's going to be 7 points for Master Lin. You have to hit that ball directly home there. You got to hit it straight. You can't hit it to the left, hit it to the right, and you just have to contact it just right to where that ball will kick right back in. Yep. See it bounce a little bit. Florian giving the
Nod of approval.
Yep. So we have a 73 to 53 score between Florian Kohler and Chi-Ming Lin right now. It looks like it's funny because players use a whole bunch of different ways to set it up. It looks like Florian knows that that 9 ball is exactly 1 finger off the rail. And it looks like perfection to me. That's 7 points. So
almost banked the 3 as well. He did bank the 3.
He got it. Yeah, he got it. So artistic pool. I mean, you see the players go up and set the shots up. People use cues, pieces of chalk, pool balls. You saw Florian use his finger there. So many people use different ways of setting these shots up, and it's unique. Sometimes players for certain shots will come out with these unique props just to set the shot up and know, okay, this is maybe a pencil away or something like that. So it's unique.
It would be remiss of me not to ask you where the nickname came from. Steve, the Blue Shark. Where's the nickname from?
So when I got back into, I told you I took a little hiatus there to get my career squared away, and I didn't have a pool table at the time. And then finally, I was able to get a full-time job as a police officer, and my wife and I got a house, and we got the pool table moved in. So I said, you know what? This is going to be a new player. Let me go with a new nickname here. So trying to talk, and my dad actually came up with Blue Shark. Shark obviously related to pool, and blue being law enforcement. So I became Steve Blue Shark Markle on my once I came back here to the sport. So Florian is picking a 7-point jump shot here. So between the cue ball and the blocker balls in front there, the line of 6, that's only a 1-ball gap. So he's going to jump it, pocket the stripe, jump over the balls, and pocket the 9 ball. And looks like he contacted that long rail.
He'll be feeling pretty good inside now, knowing if he makes this, it should be over.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, and I know Florian, just watching him, and as I noted, we're very good friends. We were talking a little bit before the match began here. He was sweating Master Lin a little bit there. He knows what Master Lin. Look at the height on that cue ball. He knows what Master Lin's capable.
That was a Marty Carey jump cue, isn't it? Is that a Marty Carey?
Looks like a Dr. Popper he used there, made by Mark Dimmick.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Dr. Popper made by Mark Dimmick, who was one of our players who had retired, and he also used to be the president of Artistic Pool as well. He used to run the show here. So Master Lin.
How many shots remain, Steve?
Let's see here. Florian shot. Trying to do the calculation. The Florian shot the jump.
I'll put you on the spot. I'm sorry about that.
I believe there's 3 shots left here. I want to say 3.
Oh, didn't make the ball.
I didn't make it there. So he's got to aim more into the long route to be able to push that one ball in. So I'm commenting a response from Steve Geller asking how long it's been since our pass of cross. I believe it was one of Dr. Q Rossman's artistic cups there, Steve. It's been a long time then. And the second question, where do these players get those silver 2mm gauges? Brian Poley actually made those. Here comes Masterlin's second attempt. Oh, he didn't get the ball again. He didn't get that
he didn't
ball.
get the ball again.
So his adjustment, he really has to aim into. He's really got to aim into that one ball to not let that happen for a third time here.
He needs to hit more of it, doesn't he, Steve? He's cutting it too fine.
He's cutting it too far, and he's got to go into that ball a little more than he is. So my shot here, a common miss is actually going long and hitting the short rail. So how I shoot this is I put a half a tip of left-hand English. I aim very far into that object ball to make sure that goes in, and I put a little bit of left-hand English so that it stays in the path, even if it caroms off that ball a little odd.
Yeah, it can help it hug the rail as well, can't it?
Yep.
Way down.
So he made the ball, but exactly like that. That's why I hit it with that spin.
I think that's it.
That's
it's
it.
all over.
So Master Lin is defeated by Florian Venom Kohler, who goes on to the finals against Tim Chin.
Thanks, Steve. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much for
Mark,
answering
always a
all my
pleasure.
questions.
We'll catch up soon, okay?
See you soon. Stay safe.
All right, everyone. What a nice performance there by Florian. Sorry, Master Lin just couldn't quite keep up with Florian this round. He put on a great tournament. He beat a lot of good players to get here. But anyway, we're going to have Florian versus Tim Chin in the finals. That is going to be a fantastic finals. You will not want to miss that. I don't know the exact time it's going to start, probably 6:30-ish, thereabouts. So we will be back with that. You won't want to miss it. Enable notifications. Make sure you're subscribed. You don't want to miss it. I'm Kevin Ross, along with Steve Blue Shark Markle, Mark White, Ethan Ross, Sherry Ross, and everybody else on the crew here. Thank you guys. We'll catch you guys on the next one. See you guys.
I got a cue ball ready to go, and I'm just going to take care of the balls. Thank you. Well, I got to brush the table. You want to brush the table? I got it.